Hello, my name is Mark Glass. I am a lifelong Florida native and also grew up in Phoenix Springs, Florida. I grew up as state trooper's son in the local area. Having that, I always had a passion for law enforcement in my blood.
Hi, I'm Nakara Balivo from Niceville, Florida. I chose to attend Northwest Florida State College after finishing my high school education at the Collegiate High School on the same campus because I knew how friendly the staff was and what a family environment it was.
My name is Sean Dietrich, and people know me better as Sean of the South. That's kind of a name based on my blog. And I did not go to high school. I dropped out of school in the 7th grade.
My name is Ryan Bullard. I grew up in upstate New York. So I graduated high school at 17 years old. It was January. I joined the Air Force.
I'm Lowell Larson. I've lived here in the Fulton Beach area since 1967. I finished high school under a work program. I had left home at 16 and went to work in construction in Destin.
They asked me where I'd gone to high school, and I told them I didn't. And that was a shameful subject for me for a long time. It was a very shameful subject for me to admit.
Then I actually got injured while loading an aircraft, and I got out of the military. I was medically discharged from the Air Force. Went to eventually do private security, and I worked for a couple of defense contractors. And they would always say to me, "Do you have a degree?" I would always say I wanted to move up, and they would always say, "Do you have a degree?" And my answer was always no.
But they didn't seem intimidated by that at all, and they were ready to help me finish my education, get into the college system, and so they did.
After I finished high school, because of my father's military involvement when he died, I had a VA benefit to go to college. So going to Okaloosa Junior College at night.
And that is how I started it at Northwest Florida State College within Okaloosa, Walton Community College.
Some of the things that made attending Northwest Florida State College so amazing was the faculty and staff here that I worked with.
OW seemed to have a care for veterans at that time. They took the time with me. They talked to all my instructors. All my instructors and professors here were extremely helpful.
The attitude is positive. The attitude is, can you do it? If you can't do it, let me help you do it.
My advisor, Patrice Williams, she taught me how to write my papers. It had been years since I had been in school, so she was real helpful in helping me choose what my true passion in life was.
The things that I learned from Mr. LaRoche's class in writing always makes me mindful of trying to be concise with the points that I'm trying to make. And I utilize AutoCAD all the time. We're planning hotels and houses, and so I use those two tools all the time.
Amy Bowden in the elementary department had such a huge influence and impact on who I am as a teacher now. She gave us great practical applications, and all of our assignments were very real life. And to this day, I use some of my assignments in my classroom.
And the teacher was about maybe 5'1" and very kind, and I think her name was Miss Lopez. And I worked at Spanish and practiced very hard because I really wanted to make her proud of me.
Because I started my education later on in life, it was such a big impact on my family to watch me walk across that stage with my associate's degree.
Because of my experience here at Northwest Florida State College, I have been able to impact and empower students in Okaloosa County.
This school has laid a great foundation for me in my law enforcement career.
Working with DJJ has allowed me the opportunity to work with struggling youth and families, and I'm fortunate enough to be able to hear some of those successes.
From high school all the way up to my college graduation, my professors were invested in my life, in school and out of school. And now when I see them at the grocery store, they ask me how I do. They care about me, even after all these years, and they want to make sure that everything they taught me is still in application today.
Little things like that, they might not even recall, but they stuck with me and stick with me forever.
thank you for all your help that you gave me. It allowed me to see other things instead of staying tunnel vision on one thing.
I discovered who I was, I discovered what I wanted to do in my life, and I discovered this is my alma mater. This is my home.